What is good, guys? Monster Chappie. We're back for another live comm, and today we are taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I've got the Jaguars. Looks like our opponent decided to match up pretty well in this ball game here. Definitely should be a good one, and again, we're going to be focusing on adjustments and execution. Adjustments and execution. Again, that is the key to success. It does not matter what scheme you run, how you play, what you do, whatever. What is important is how you execute offensively especially and defensively, and how you adjust offensively and defensively. And mainly on defense is about those adjustments, and mainly on offense is about that execution. So it does not matter which scheme you run, guys. I'm telling you now, it's about your adjustments and execution. And I'm just going to keep on saying that 30,000 times till you guys get it. But hey, I just really want to drive that into your heads. Really want to get that idea to you. Get it deep, knotted, rooted in there. And don't let it escape your head, because it is very crucial to how well you're going to do in playing Madden football. And, you know, how you're going to be successful, especially on this year of Madden 13. Don't get me wrong, scheme definitely helps. And it definitely allows for you to execute your scheme better. If you're just picking random stuff, again, you're going to have to really get adjusty. You're really going to have to, you know, make reads faster. And what a scheme does is basically it puts you in a position to know beforehand what you're expecting to look for, what read you're looking for, what you're expecting to be open against certain types of things offensively. And then on defense, what a scheme is going to allow you to do is basically know what types of blitzes you want to do, know what kind of setups you're going to have. If you want to bring left heat, you want to bring right edge heat, you want to bring left B gap, right B gap, you want to bring A gap from the left, A gap from the right, double edge, do you want to play max coverage? And what the scheme is going to let you do is know beforehand, okay, when I run over Storm Brave, if I want to bring outside heat, I'm going to spread these linebackers, I'm going to crash the line out, I'm going to re-blitz both defensive ends, and blah, 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 X, Y, Z. You know beforehand what you want to do to get that pressure, you know what I mean? So that's the big thing. Oh, wow. That is unfortunate, but that is the big thing there. Oh, okay. So Fitz is just going to score. But, again, that is the big thing with defensively. You know which kind of plays you're looking to run. You know what you want to do. You know what your setups are. And then from there, you make adjustments according to your opponent. Whereas otherwise, you may, oh, my goodness, you may want to just randomly pick plays, and you don't really know how you want to set up heat. You don't really know how you want to play your coverage, and you're basically just adjusting to your opponent. You're not making your opponent adjust to you. Whereas if you're running a scheme, you're making your opponent adjust to you while you're adjusting to your opponent. So it's the big thing there. Unfortunate that we gave up those two plays like that, but Fitz went Fitz mode, so just oof. That's pretty tough. Fitz is a beast, so I'm not even mad at it, but definitely wish we could have contained him a little bit more. I'm not sure why when I hit the you know, what's that button? The A button to get the defensive assist, nothing really happened. But right here we got an open guy. Hopefully he can hold on to it. And we just got to come back and strike back, man. I mean, I know the Cardinals quarterback situation is rough. I know we're going to get some mistakes from him. And I know we're going to get some turnovers because of him not being that good. No, man, you could say that likewise for us right here. Oh, my. That's why I don't like delayed blues a lot of the time, because they just go up as if they're going to make the block, and then they'll switch the very, very last second, which is just incredibly silly. I hope they fix that next year. But for right now, that's the situation we're given. That's what we got to deal with. Right here, he's probably going to go with that slant, and Lowry is very slow. These Jaguar safeties are slow. You can put in the faster guys. I'm just going to leave the starters in, but a few more plays like that, and we might definitely be putting in those faster guys, the backups, because those guys are just extremely fast. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and assume he's going to run. Yep, just weren't able to get there in time. So now we're going to go ahead and go with the zone look. Feel like with how he's playing, he's probably going to throw a jump ball up to Fitz. And if not, he's going to probably run the ball, most likely. So we're going to go ahead and try to just lock up everything in here. There we go. So that purple was able to make a play on the ball. Get stuck. I mean, just look at the physics. Just look at this physics. Just stuck on that guy terribly, but you know, that's part of Madden. You know, you get stuck on guys' backs. You gotta love some of the animations you get in this game. We're just running this play stock here. Go ahead and take off with Gabbert. Look, just running into my own guys there. I wish you could just tell your lineman, get out of the way. I don't want to see you anymore. But unfortunately, it does not work like that. And, you know, you tend to run into your own lineman quite a bit. Right here, we're going to go ahead and, as we talked about last time with this wheel flat combo. And right here, we've got a mismatch. And you gotta love these quarterbacks and these worse teams. I tell you, we're gonna go ahead and give him the same exact look one more time and just see how he adjusts to it. That was just very, very unfortunate play. Hopefully, you know, we can make him pay this time and we can't get the pass off this time. I'm really just liking the look right now. We're gonna go ahead and do it one last time. And if not, we're just going to have to punt, I guess. But just disgusting how that ended up working out right there with the missed pass and then unable to get a pass off the next time. Patrick Peterson is a burner. Oh, you're not able to burn him. You know, most guys you can burn, but that's Patrick Peterson. So that's going to be a tough guy to burn. I mean, again, Gabbert shouldn't have missed that pass. We seen the dude backpedaling and just completely misses the guy. So that's why you use better teams and better quarterbacks right there. It's one of the reasons. Gonna go ahead and punt this off if my opponent ever resumes this game. Gotta love it when they pause it forever and ever. Just, I don't know. You could really wear somebody's patience with that, but it's not our plan. He's probably put Patrick Peterson at kick return. He's not going to see the ball anyway, hopefully. Just going to be able to get the ball, lay it down. Maybe that won't go out of bounds. All right, that's a good kick. So, yeah, we'll give him to him at the 25. We're going to run this nickel wide 9, even though I hate the formation. We're just going to run it just for the heck of it. Alright, we're going to flip this. Pinch these guys. He's probably going to hit the out corner route from that tight end. It's a pretty common route, actually. One that a lot of guys enjoy running is that corner from that tight end. At least in these ranked games, that seems to be a very popular route. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually drop some max coverage. Just get the two-man rush going. Oh, so he did try to force it into the curl, and you know, if your guy's right on top of him when they make the catch, usually you can go ahead and knock it loose. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a coverage again. Oh, wasn't able to get through. Oh my. So yeah, Fitz is definitely his main target, so we're gonna have to start keying in on him. Definitely gonna have to key in on Fitzgerald. He's probably going to run it here. Probably run it to the right. Yep. And there goes our defensive stud making a play, Justin Babin. He was newly acquired from, I believe, the Eagles. And he's a good playmaker, man. He can definitely make some plays. Right here, we're going to put Babin in that purple, double purple. And hopefully one of these guys is able to make a play. Right on that play, he had too many guys in the same area, and once it's congested like that, we've got a pretty good shot at stopping what he's trying to do because, you know, as you see in that example there, if they just get too crowded, it's going to end up costing them pretty dearly. Right here, we're going to just go with the cover 2 sink look. He's probably going to go to the right side of the field. Oh, looked like he was probably going to go to the right since Fitz and Floyd was over there. Gonna see if he's going to punt this. All right, he is. We didn't get the right return, but yes, we got Shipley back there anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Just go ahead and take it at the 10. And try to get this offense going, man. I mean, we've got guys open. We're really missing, really severely missing our reads right now. Or not missing them, but we're just not getting time in the pocket to do what we're trying to do. Hopefully here, go ahead and get them with the FL screen. And we are able to capitalize on that. And this might be going to the crib. So, you know, get the ball to MJD when in doubt. That is definitely our ball player. Ball game changer, you know, whatever you want to call it. Dude is definitely the best player they have on their team. Definitely one of the best backs in the league. He just often gets overlooked because he plays for the Jaguars, but he's definitely a very elite player. And when we're in a tough predicament, we're in a pickle, whatever. I don't know what the saying is these days. I guess I'm getting kind of old, but when the going gets rough, we're going to get going to MJD. That's basically how this is going to work this game for us. Now, I'm just going to look for Fitz. And he seems to throw a lot of curls. I haven't seen anything deep. So, that's how we're going to play it. I'm going to guard this guy that's on Sherman. I'm going to go ahead and jam up Roberts. He might be running the ball here. I'm not sure. Nope. Oh, see, so even with the guy like Fitz, if you hit him right when he catches it, he's probably going to drop it because Madden does identify that as good coverage, which is a good thing for us because, you know, otherwise there'd be those crazy catches that, you know, you just can't stop. The guy can just fit it in there and it just hits his hands and you pop him right away, but he never drops it. And those were unfortunate times, you know, with the rocket catches and things. Just tough times. So right here we're going to go ahead and drop him back. And I'm going to assume he's going to go to a curl of some sort. And right there we're able to get the interception, pick 6. So we go. But right there, man, we just played a nice coverage D. We backed off the coverage. And when you back off the coverage, they usually try to do something that they wouldn't usually do. They usually force something that isn't there. They usually get they get ideas in their head. Like, he's wide open. You know, we got to be able to get him the ball. But depending on the zones, one thing I have noticed is depending on the zones that you have around man, depending on the other zones on the field, depending on who's manned up on who and where they're at, they will play their man defense a lot different. Like a lot different. So as you're going to see here, we're going to do somewhat of the same sort of look. I kind of like that look. I'm going to use your Lowry here. Play the slant. All right, now everything's bottled up. He's got to take off with the QB. And like I said before, if I want to win for the hit stick, I may or may not have got it. But if I just go with the dive, I have a much higher chance of tackling him for a few reasons. One, I'm diving, so that's going to put my players, you know, in a position where they're going to get like that extra launch power or whatever you want to call it. Good thing we had that flat over there, even though he didn't go out there. But with the dive, you got the super dive ability too, on top of everything else. So, you know, you get that extra extension, you get the extra yardage, you get the, you know, additional feet of coverage when you dive. So if you're really close to making a play on somebody, go ahead and feel free to dive at them if you're trying to make that tackle, because you will get some additional yardage. You get like a extra tackling radius. So that's my whole idea with that. I'm going to go ahead and attack, and continue to attack his guys and try to, you know, just if I get a chance to hit the QB, I'm going to go for it. Oh, wow, Mathis really. Ooh, I thought I would be able to get a pick there, but I'm not sure what kind of route that was. I really wasn't looking. But as you can see, man, you play that backed off man, they do a pretty good job. I definitely like it more than man press. I'm not a huge fan of the man press this year. All right, we got the. Oh man, we are. Oh, these guys are playing some stout man defense right now. Surprisingly, you would think Fitz would just be tearing these guys up, but we're backing them up every rip. That's one thing you guys can start doing. It's just backing guys up. That's how I play man for a good majority of the game. Oh, and look at that. Look at that. I hit that dumb button. Oh, that is the most frustrating thing. I hit the catch button. Okay? And due to the nature of the ball hawk feature, you've seen what my guy did. That is so bad, Madden. You gotta fix that next year. That ball hawk is just a very unfortunate function. Just a very, very unfortunate function. That's all that can be said about that. So we got a max coverage out here again. He might try to force this down here. Oof. So that's one thing when you play max coverage is the guys will tend to try to force a pass downfield that maybe isn't there. They do tend to do that. Gonna go ahead and do this. Gonna go ahead and play this right side over here. Just sort of expecting anything. So one thing, you can put coverage on the left and try to use with the right. This game is, probably headed to the ugly here, but as you can see, man, we're playing coverage defense right now. Guys always ask, do you play coverage? Do you blitz? What is it that you do to stop folks? And it really just depends. This guy, the way he plays, I'm assuming that the coverage is going to have more success, and we've had success on the last 2 drives with coverage. So I'm probably going to continue to give him coverage. Whereas a different guy, depending on his play style, we might blitz him heavily. Very, very heavily we might blitz him. So it really just depends, on what the guy's doing, what their scheme is offensively, where they're on the field they're trying to attack. Right here, we're going to try to kill the rest of this clock, because this is one of the big differences between winning and losing games is right now. We're up 7, right? Which is great. And we got the ball, which is even better. So there's a few things that can happen here. We're up 7. We can end this half up 7. We can end this half up 10. We can end this half up 14. We can end this half up 4. We can end this half tied. But depending on how we end this half could have such a huge impact on the end of this game. For instance, if we score and he scores a touchdown, it's canceled out. That possession is lost. If we score and he does not score, we just gave ourselves an additional possession to win. An additional possession. So when you're looking at points, you have to look at possessions more than anything. Not just the actual number of points, but the actual possessions that you win in the battle. That is the biggest thing. You're battling for possessions. Who's going to get the most possessions? Who's going to lead by the most possessions? Things like that. That's what you're looking for. That's the keys to success, to win those games, is to win that possession battle right here. We maybe could have scored, but we're going to go ahead and take our time. A minute is a long time. Even if we gave them 3 back, off the 7, we only gained 4 points. We want to gain 7 here. That's right at this point. You don't look at the scoreboard. You look at what can we gain before halftime. There's a minute left. Can we gain 7? Can we gain 3? Are we going to gain nothing? Are we going to lose 3? Are we going to lose 7? And that's how I'm looking at this situation right now, which is why we're taking our sweet time. We're taking as much time as possible because, in this game, we just feel like we can score pretty quickly here. As you see, we get to the 1-yard line, and now we're just going to continue to let that clock run as much as possible. He's not taking his time out. I would have probably took the time out there because most people, once you get on the 1, it's harder, which is why we took our time earlier. If we wouldn't have took our time earlier and say we got 2 minutes right here, it's going to be extremely hard to get a touchdown and kill the rest of the clock. Whereas if we just take it in now, now we at least have an opportunity. So, we can We can run a toss. We can run a QB sneak. We can do a few things. We can afford to lose yardage one time. They don't have a toss in their offensive playbook on the goal line. Wow. That is unfortunate. Hopefully they have a toss in here. There we go. There goes the toss. So we ran commit play 1. I doubt that he's going to run commit again, but we'll see. We'll definitely see here. He didn't. So now we have another play. We're either going to gain 3 or we're going to gain 4. Or how silly me. We're either going to gain 3 or we're going to gain 7. Yeah. Right now Blackman's wide open. Go ahead and get that pass in there to Lewis. And that is our touchdown. So we gained 7 this half. As long as we don't, do the unforgivable and give up the kick return. We gained 7. So now we're up 2 possessions. Let me go ahead and just kick this really deep. Since he has timeouts, I'm not going to squib. That would give him time for possibly a field goal. We don't want to give him that. He's going to run this out. He's probably going to have about 2 seconds after he gets tackled. And there's just no play in the game that's designed to get this touchdown right here. And there's just not enough time for him to get a field goal. So, again, I'm just going to run back. He might run a draw. Yeah. And we just come up and make the tackle. So, right there, we gained the 7 we were looking for. We got that 7. And now, look, we are up 2 possessions. And we get the ball with the possibility to go up 3 possessions. Whereas if he would have scored, we would have been up 1 possession. And, if he gets 1 stop, he scores. We're looking at a tie ball game. And then from there, it's anyone's game. So that is one of the biggest things about ending the half and ending the game. You guys got to definitely play that part of the game as smart as possible. Definitely play it as smart as possible. And that should lead to some more wins. I mean, honestly, if you can execute at the end of the half and at the end of games, your percentages of winning go up at least by 10%, if not more. Those close games you were losing before, you're probably going to win those now. Those close games that came down to 1, maybe 2 possessions, that halftime that's 1 or 2 possessions, maybe even 3, depending on, how it works out. But you got to get those possessions. You got to get the lead. You got to get your points. You got to get your separation when you have the chance. And that's going to pay off for you in the long run and just increases your odds of winning. So right here, we just hit him with the same run play about 5 times in a row now. And now we're going to try to get him with the little play action. And hopefully he bites on it. Hopefully we get him to do something silly here. Got the play action going. Ah! I was trying to stop, but I was not able to. But as I said before, now if he would have, stopped us, or if he would have scored just before half, and he scores here, we're looking at a tie ball game. You know what I mean? So with the tie ball game, anything can happen. You can get a fumble, you can get some fluke animation, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying here? So that's why that part of the game is so critical. So critical to being successful is that end of the half, end of the game. And I know I'm dragging on about this, but it's just such a big deal. It's such a big deal for you to be able to execute at those parts of the games. Even myself, I've noticed some of the games I lose, it's just due to that, not executing that part of the game as well as I could have. And really just giving them either a possession back or, something like that. It's as simple as just giving them a possession back. Oh, you give a good player enough opportunities, they're going to score. You give a good player enough chances, they're going to make you pay eventually. It's going to happen. It's just the nature of the game. It's just how it works. Draw here. Can we come up and make a play? No, we cannot. We was a little bit slow there. Going to go ahead and hit him with some coverage here. And get those hook zones going. See, as soon as he audible, see how it changed that zone? It's one thing you got to watch for is when they audible, watch how you guys adjust. Watch how they start playing. There we go. Able to bait him into that deep pass down there. And we get the interception. So, you know, that's a big stop. And that's pretty much going to wrap the game up as far as competitiveness. But we can still learn a lot from this. Definitely can still learn a lot from this game. You know, we got our 3 already. Now we just got to not turn the ball over and kill some clock. Going to go ahead and just start milking it on them as much as possible. I've seen crazy things happen in ranked games. And if he starts getting onside kicks, you know, and that's the other thing too, if you give somebody that possession back. So if he's down 7 here, you know, we score and he scores and gets an onside kick and ties it up, or he scores, gets an onside kick and goes for 2 and wins the game off 1, you were literally up 2 possessions, right? And he got that back just off of him scoring and getting an onside kick. That's the other reason the possessions are huge. You want to get that 3 possession lead. That way at least he needs 3, you know, or a few onside kicks to recover. He needs a fumble, he needs a fumble and an onside. He needs a combination of things, whereas in Madden, if you only need one thing, there's a good chance that can happen. There's a good chance you can get 1 fumble. There's a good chance you could get, you know, 1 bad pass that leads to one huge hit that leads to a tackle. Whatever the case may be. And that is that. Let me get a drink of water real quick. But with the 3 possession lead, he's going to have to get the onside twice, or, you know, a combination of things. So that's why you got to get those possessions, those key possessions. Make sure you execute the end of the half and the end of the game. And I've rambled on about that enough, probably about 5 or 10 minutes here, but it is so critical. And even I am still to this day trying to improve on my ability of executing at the half and executing at the end of games. And every player is, regardless of where your skill level at. If you're the best of the best, if you're the worst of the worst, you know, you can never get good enough at executing at the end of the half, at the end of the game, things like that. Right here, he's kind of just throwing them up, and we were able to get another interception. And as you guys seen on that screen before, we hit the dive button, and as you've seen, we were able to make up about 3 additional yards. And those 3 yards, you know, he maybe could have got a few more yards if we didn't dive. Maybe he doesn't even get caught if we don't dive there, and he gets a first down. So that's why I love the dive button, especially if you're trying to track somebody down, chase them down, cover them, or whatever the case may be. That's why we love it. We're going to go ahead and try to wrap this game up here. We're going to go ahead and send a blitz at him. And just to maybe get some heat, maybe not, I don't know. Maybe we'll get some heat. I'm not sure. Either way, we're coming. And we're able to get some pressure there. Again, he's been seeing coverage all game long. So that's one of the key ideas with my ebooks is, are you going to mix it up? You know, in the confusion ebook, it's about making them think you're doing one thing and then you do another thing. Likewise with the new ebook, you know, we're bringing heat all game and then we bring some coverage, or we're playing coverage all game and then we bring some, you know, heat, or whatever the case may be. You got to be able to mix it up on them and really get those stops in the game. So that's one of the biggest ideas and concepts, regardless of where you play. A coverage as your base, blitzing as your base. I usually am a blitzer as my base, but against this guy, you know, I noticed coverage gave him problems, so I played coverage as my base. So I kind of read my opponent, and if I think blitzing is going to give him a lot of trouble, I'll play blitzing as my base. And if I think coverage is going to give him, you know, trouble, I'll play coverage as my base. And then usually my ratios, I'm usually going to play 60 to 90% of what my base is, depending on my opponent, and then sneak the other thing in there and really try to surprise them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, got the Jaguars game. And yeah, till the next time, hopefully you learned something. Learn a thing or two. And if you did, leave a drop a like. 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 I don't even know what the heck that means. Leave and drop a like, I guess. In double time. But be sure to subscribe for more. This your boy Monster Chappie. We gone.